Tell you the story. Okay. This story of the Whiteman Scenario takes place at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. There were 150 nuclear weapons there in 1974. There were missile sites scattered all over the central part of Missouri. The way that it works is there's a launch control center buried underground. There's 2 guys in there that are in control of 10 nuclear weapons. There are 4 other capsules connected to them, connected to another 10 each. So that's 50 missiles that are all connected by these 5 capsules that have got 2 guys. So there's 10 people that are kind of in control of all those. And they're in communication by a hardened phone line between them. That's the missile site part of it. In the Soviet Union, there's a National Missile Launch Control Area under control of General Sadek. He and his first-in-command, General Gurov, want for Sadek to become the premier. And they've got this crazy plan. North American Air Defense Command looks over the pole to make sure that nothing's coming at us. But one night they see 2 missiles being launched from operational missile silos in the Soviet Union. Now, they're not supposed to see anything but once it gets up over the horizon, but they actually have a new technology that allows them to see things come out of the hole. They know where it's coming from. The Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Secretary of Defense assemble in the Situation Room at Washington. They get on the phone to try to get the President to alert him to what's going on, and he won't take the call. On the night before Nixon resigned, he actually ostracized himself with the National Republican Committee, and they tried to figure out a way to save his presidency, but they would not communicate with the Joint Chiefs. And this happened one other time during his presidency as well. So now they're on their own, and they've got to respond to these Russians and try to figure out what's happening, and they've got to get all the missiles up to full alert just in case. But why only 2? What's going on with that? It's a very bizarre situation. All the missileers know is that they've been taken to absolute full alert, and their keys are out, and their documents are out, safes are open. This is unprecedented. Off-duty officer Gray Crawford is our central character. He's just been on alert. He came in that day. No status. There was nothing shaken. Nothing was going on. But he and his best friend start making some phone calls to capsules, and when you're under this alert, you read the response on the phone from the checklist. Every checklist is a little bit different. So what they hear tells them, we're at this level on this checklist, and it's bad. Gray grabs his wife. Dale takes off for Kansas. They take off right after him. They're going to Kansas because they're trying to get out of the blast zone. They're under orders to survive and then try to reconstitute the government after a nuclear attack. And as they're tearing across, this huge thunderstorm hits Missouri. Power starts going out everywhere. As far as the capsules are concerned, they're seeing all of their missiles go down and come up on standby power. The capsules go down for power and come up on standby. And one great explanation for that would be incoming nuclear weapons, and they're at full alert. Paranoia sets in. They don't hear from Washington. They don't hear from the Strategic Air Command. This war is supposed to only last 20 minutes, and for hours they hang in this. Tearing out across Missouri, wondering why no bombs are falling, Gray and Dale come upon a security alert team, which is a couple of cops in a truck with a bunch of armament that they drive around to all the missile sites to make sure everything is secure. They've had a wreck. They're upside down in the ditch. Water's rising. One guy's dead already, and the other one's about to drown. They've got to get help for these guys. They know that there's maintenance on a missile site not very far from where they are. Donna stays to keep this guy alive while they go to try to get help. Naturally, since they're under heightened alert, the guards won't listen to them, and so they take the security alert guys who had the wreck, they take their weapons, and Gray and Dale take that site by force. Dale's holding them hostage while Gray tries to get on the phone to the capsule to say there are no missiles falling. Do not get the impression that we're under attack. We're not right now. Stay with the book. Whatever orders you have, stick with them. Dale is overpowered. The guys topside get the guns. They start shooting at Gray in the hole. They hit the missile. If that missile ignites, it will launch on its last trajectory. In the midst of all that, the warhead has been damaged, and it's no longer connected to the missile. So now there's a broken arrow on top of everything else. But if that missile launches, if that heat hits that missile, if they can't get that warhead out of there, it's going to blow up when that thing goes, and it's going to contaminate that whole part of Missouri. Plus, the Russians will see a missile coming out of a hole in America. If there wasn't a war going on, there will be. He's reporting all of this to the capsule to try to get them to send help and to send the message up. But unfortunately, this is a thing called the Whiteman Scenario, which Gray wrote, which says that in the case of an infiltration, the way to stop the nuclear weapons from launching is to get inside the sites and disable the missiles, and to get on the horn and tell them that there's a threat, but that it would be a Soviet doing that, not a missile launch officer. So he can't be believed, his credibility is shot. And then the missile starts smoking.